step closer to finding the next tomb.
Someone just put a Mega Phoenix on top of a trash can? What are they doing?
Please help me!
Huh?
Oh, please, sir. Could you help me look for Yelro, Jaro, Becky, and Joe?
Help you look for who, and who?
My darling baby chocobos. I thought...
It's okay. This frustrates me. Why put these side quests here? We're supposed to be like sad and the music's all melancholy. Then they put these side quests here that are like goofy fun side quests. Like, just don't have these here right now. Just let the moment breathe.
I'd take them on a trip to see the world, but now they're off seeing it without me. They can't have gone too far. They can barely flap their wings. Oh, they must be so scared. Won't you help me find them?
Yeah, okay. Jeez.
I mean, it's kind of my fault for talking to her, but, like, they put them right here. Figured I might as well grab it.
I take it you've arrived safely, Highness?
Yeah. Now I've just got to find out where this royal tomb is.
Look no further than the Fodina Castino. There should be an elevator leading down to the quarry from the station.
Roger.
Good luck, and hold your nose.
What? Thanks for the advice, I guess.
Why was that so... What? Thanks for the advice.
There's an elevator that should take us straight down to the mine. Wonder if the tomb's inside. Those two went to grab a bite in that glorified dining car they call a restaurant.
Ready to set out?
I like this choice you get here.
I'll manage somehow.
Eris died and then SSX Tricky. Bro, that's way after that. What are you talking about? Eris dies and then you do the disc change and then there's a whole area whose sole purpose is to like make you kind of mourn her death because you have that giant climbing section where you have to like climb up and down and get the items without there being any fights. That's like the whole purpose of that. Then you get to the other side and there's that huge stretch of open world where there's nothing there. You just have to run all the way around the mountain to get to Icicle Inn. That's why that huge section is there. For that purpose exactly. To let the moment breathe. And then SSX Tricky. And the goofy Elena trying to punch you and dodge her. Yeah, that's fair.
Well,
If you speed run through that, it's like 5 minutes.
Destination likely lies deeper inside.
If that.
Feeling a little out of my element.
We're a foreign species in this environment. Mind we don't end up prey.
You know what would have been nice?
Good tip.
Okay, listen, this just frustrates me, man. Here's an idea. We just had this big blow-up moment in the train. How about our team doesn't talk anymore? You know how nice that would be? The entire game, they won't shut up. They just constantly talk. What if, in this moment, they stopped talking? We would notice it. It'd be like this really cool moment where it's like, wait, our party isn't talking every 3 seconds. This is like, you know what I mean? It would actually hit you. Like, you know how I always talk about storytelling through gameplay? This would be a great moment to storytell through gameplay. The whole game, it's like they never stop talking, never stop talking, never stop talking. Then we have this big blow up in the train, and then suddenly they're quiet. And we just have to walk through this dungeon without them saying anything. Like, that would really hit you. You'd be like, wow, like, you know, this is really extending into the gameplay. Like, they're genuinely mad at each other. But they're kind of just back to talking normally. And then, on top of that, we have Ignis walks at a slower pace due to his eye injury. Be sure not to leave him behind. Why do you have to tell us this? Just let me experience it. Let me walk forward and then look back and realize that Ignis is really far behind and be like, oh my god, they're serious. He really is injured. Like, this is a great moment
Go at your own pace. We'll wait.
that you could, like, experience through the gameplay, but instead they just have to have a pop-up tell you.
Procession sticks together.
Too much to ask you to shut it?
They just won't. I don't know, man. Have some faith in the player to, like, experience the game on their own. It's ridiculous. This Ignis eye injury thing has the potential to be one of the coolest, like, story turned into mechanics thing. Like, one of the most memorable moments in the series. But they kind of blow it, you know? Like, actually injuring one of the party members, and then you having to kind of, like, deal with that and help him in the fights. And, like, there was so much potential here to be, like, a really significant moment in the series. But instead, it's kind of just thrown away because they don't really respect it as much as they should have. I really like the, like I said, I really like the option to take him or leave him before we started. That was good. Although I think if you pick no, he still comes, doesn't he? If I remember correctly. I think he still comes.
Hey, you should hang back.
Was I in the way?
No, you weren't. It's just...
See, like, that was good. Just have that.
Don't push yourself, Ignis.
Like, man, I'm sorry. I keep going over. I keep going on. I'm sorry. But this really means a lot to me. Because, like, this had so much potential. Imagine if the characters were so mad at each other that they refused to talk to each other. We start this mission, and everyone's quiet. Right? But then, because Ignis is injured, they're forced to communicate now. Right? Like, there should have been this moment where, like, they all look at each other and they're like, we gotta communicate for Ignis, we gotta keep him safe, you know? And then you could have had this great dichotomy between having to protect Ignis and being mad at each other. And having to push through that to help their friend. Like, man. And maybe during this part, you're not allowed to do these either. Like, you're not allowed to do the group moves.
I've got a feeling this is the switch that activates that big hunk of junk.
Doesn't look like anyone's tried to use it, though.
Instead, it's just kind of like, back to normal.
The tomb must be down below.
Whoa, careful, Ignis.
Right.
Back to normal, except we're just hounding home with every single dialogue that Ignis is injured. He's injured. Remember, guys, he's injured. Don't forget, he's injured. This is important. Make sure you know it. We're going to have a pop-up telling you, and then the characters are going to tell you, and then the characters are going to continually remind you through this whole dungeon that he's injured.
Nothing but a giant roadblock.
Ironic for a vehicle.
If we get its motor running, perhaps we can move it out of the way.
How about we flip the switch?
Certainly wouldn't hurt to try.
They should get like more upset than usual when you try to attack and like accidentally bonk into them. Like normally they're like, hey, watch it. Like during this part. What if they got like really upset?
This looks promising.
Is it operational?
We'll see.
Hey, what are you stopping for?
I'm not.
Let's see here.
What?
In case of power failure, use backup generators. There's a key in the shed.
So where is this shed?
Well, if we knew where it was, we wouldn't be looking.
Which means it's gotta be somewhere we haven't looked yet.
Oh, giant enemy crabs. How's it going, June? I believe that's a Twitch thing. I can ask the chat, though. Is anyone else having issues? I saw someone earlier was having issues. Usually when the music is distorted, but my voice isn't, it's just a Twitch thing. It's something I get a lot watching Twitch as well. You could try a different browser, maybe. Yeah, it's weird. It happens to me all the time watching streams, where like the gameplay will suddenly, the sound will be distorted, but like nothing else is. But I'm pretty sure everything's good on my end, so unfortunately I don't think there's anything I can do about it. Otherwise, you better believe I would, but... Yeah, maybe try a different browser or something, or a different device. That's all I can really say. Usually I refresh and it fixes it for a bit, but it doesn't always. Right, yeah. No, thanks for checking, I appreciate it. But yeah, I think it is just the Twitch thing.
Oh, and bullet time, baby.
Why does it only happen to the gameplay, though? That's always something I've wondered.
Glad you're taking this seriously.
Is it just because, like, the video game audio is more, like, detailed? Like, there's more going on with the video game audio than just, like, a voice track? So, like, the voice track doesn't get distorted, but the game audio does? Or perhaps you... Yeah, maybe you just notice it. You just notice it more with the gameplay. I do like how if you go too far ahead. In fact, I think they purposefully make this happen multiple times where, like, even if you're not going that fast, Ignis, like, falls over and then the party yells at you. Like, that was a good idea. I do like that.
Slow down.
There's definitely a semblance of, like, trying to get the player to feel sorry for Ignis here, but I just think they could have done it better. I think they could have gone more into it. Is this a dead end? I guess not. Good luck getting up that, Ignis. Probably should have done an item, but oh well. Yeah, that's definitely what I said. That's definitely where I was going with that. What is that noise? I don't know, but they're kind of just letting me go now, so.
I found it. Up there.
Peace out, nerds. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that beeping was.
Here. I found the key.
Huh. Pretty irresponsible to leave it out in the open like that.
Where is the generator?
Didn't you read the sign, Iggy?
Not funny.
Ah!
Don't run ahead.
Glad that's over.
I only wish I could do more.
You staying alive is enough.
True, true.
No way to work the machine with that thing in the way.
Then take it out. Get back!
Where is it?
Right here.
How does it look?
She's wired and ready. Give it a go.
And don't blow it up.
Oh, thanks for the advice.
Did it work?
Yep. One more to go.
Seriously? Since when are there two of them?
Can it? Let's just get this thing moving so we can get on with our mission.
Since when are there two of them? Have you been here before? Wait, I have to go back to the same spot? Did I go this way? Welcome back, Fado. Yeah, you're definitely going to want to check it out. Some things happened. I'll leave it at that. Whoa! Ouch. You hit me with the super soaker. Oh my god, there's 5 of them. You know what else would have been nice? Maybe a bit of a nitpick here, but after the big moment where Noctis gets the power, if we got like some kind of mechanic I mean, I know we get the ring, but you know, maybe like the armature gets like stronger, or like when we use armature, we can teleport around like we did, or whatever. Like just kind of something to be like. Now Noctis. I mean, I know he like lost the power, but I don't know, some kind of like upgrade to the mechanics for that big moment. Instead, we're just right back to the same exact power level. Speaking of which, I don't remember. Can you like equip the ring actually, or is it like later? Got the scepter. I was pretty sure it was later that you actually get to equip it, because story-wise, Noctis refuses to equip it. Yeah. They should have played I've Got the Power. I agree, that definitely would have made it better. If like right when Luna's dying and Noctis is like flying up into the air with the power.
Might not have it for long though. Hurry up and move the machine.
If it was just like, I got the power, that definitely would have improved the scene.
Hey, Noct! Wait up!
Really would have had the right vibe, I think. It would have been talked about.
Sounds like we're clear.
Grand. Then let's move.
It would have made a statement, you know? That's what we're all about, making statements.
Hold up. You sure you're ready for this? You got what it takes?
To do what?
To face your ancestors and convince them to lend you their strength. Got a long
We've already
road
done it
ahead.
3 times, Gladalo. I
Can
don't know.
you see this through? To the end?
We've already done it 3 times. I don't know why you're asking me this now.
Can and will. Whether I like it or not, I've got a duty to fulfill. As king.
You're damn right you do. Then that means you'd better start taking this seriously.
Noctis's vitality has increased by 50%.
Good to go.
We did it! Together!
Yeah, so much for stick.
This cave is huge!
The tomb's further in?
You want to wait here?
Alone. Here.
Not what I said.
Oh man, something stinks around here. Don't slip and fall and whatever that is. The royal tomb's gotta be around here somewhere. The question is, where?
I don't know if they necessarily give a definitive answer. I feel like it was there to make us feel like, I don't know about this Gladio character. You know, like it was kind of just for us to like question him a bit. But I don't think they actually answered it.
What about over there?
Sounds like they answer it in the DLC.
Me?
Had to go get some cup noodles.
What is this?
I hate eggs.
Do we really want to know what's...
Sorry. I hate eggs. Eggs suck. Eggs are the worst. Me and the homies all hate eggs.
Back there. That looks like the mouth. Is that its face?
What is it?
Real bad.
You want some?
Okay, so I could not dodge that because I don't have like a dodge roll. I guess you have to press it to dodge roll. Okay, that's what I should have done there.
Feels all
I was just holding square, but yeah, I should have pressed square. Anyways, let me just do a little bit of this, and a little bit of this, and a little bit of that, and a little bit of this, and a little bit of this, and a little bit of... Whoops.
Whoa! Look who's hatching!
Bust him up.
Can someone save Ignis? Thought we were supposed to be protecting him. Where's he at? There he is.
Sorry. Scammy apologies.
So actually, can we not use regroup right now? Because they should be able to. He was alive. I think they actually stop you from using his ability. Which is kind of cool.
Try this.
I say stop us from using everyone's, but at least they stopped us from using Ignis's. Oh no! If only I had a potion. He's dead, but he's not dead. Why does he keep healing?
Useless.
What do we do?
This might be a good time to panic.
There must be a way.
Why are you...
The hell's wrong with that thing?
Why are you interrupting the gameplay? Just have that pop up. You don't need to interrupt the gameplay. Alright, I left. Now what?
Got it.
Shut that thing's trap!
Note. I have an idea. If I may.
How...
As I suspected.
It really worked!
Nice one.
Did we just...
Now, we've a fighting chance.
All right!
Did we just forget he's blind, or what happened there?
It is! And it's all thanks to Iggy.
Iggy, you saved us.
Seriously. We'd be plant food if it weren't for you.
Happy to help.
What, no royal commendation from His Majesty?
None for you, at least.
Not only did he
Whisking them just makes a mess.
aim it and throw it
Fry 'em.
right into his mouth, but then he said, I did it afterwards.
I think we found it.
Just wish they found a better place to build it.
He could feel the Malboro sucking in, and that allowed him to throw the fireball more accurately. I mean, sure. Sure. I do like how Ignis saves the day there, because the whole idea is like, are you sure you can do this, Ignis? And then he's the one that saves us. Like, I get the idea there. He's just that good.
All right, let's haul ass.
Yeah, let's.
Katana. Of the warrior. Does like every element. Ton of holy, then a bunch of all the other elements.
A moment.
Is everything okay?
It bloody well isn't. And I won't suffer this pointless bickering in silence any longer. Let's be frank. My vision hasn't improved, and probably won't.
It's been like 10 minutes.
Yet in spite of this, I would remain with you all. To the very end.
Sorry, but I object. War is a matter of life and death.
But we'll be
It's
there.
not about us looking out for him.
Uh-huh. Well, then he should be free to choose.
There's more to it than just what he wants.
I know full well. I won't ask you to slow down. If I cannot keep up, I will bow out.
What says His Majesty?
Noct, you are king. One cannot lead by standing still. A king pushes onward, always, accepting the consequences and never looking back. Gladio,
How is he looking right at
will
Noct there?
take his rightful place, but only once he's ready.
How is he looking right at... Okay. I'll stop.
Have it your way. We're still taking a big risk. We better all be ready.
Well, Noct didn't talk. Noct hadn't said anything yet. Blind people have heightened senses. He's been blind for a day. No, sorry, like 3 days. It's not like he has super smell now. It's been 3 days. This is kind of, I mean, like, I don't expect them to get this perfect. It's very hard to pull this off. That's why, like, if you're gonna pull this off, you know,
You guys mind if we stop?
this is why it's, like, impressive that they even tried to pull this off, because there's just so many things that can go wrong trying to do something like this. I give them credit for at least trying. I'm just nitpicking, but anyways, I did really like that scene. I think my only complaint is Gladio didn't say anything when we brought him on the mission. So why is he now saying that he can't come? Maybe he just kind of came to the realization during the mission. Like at first he was like, oh sure, you can come, but now he's like, you know, realized how bad it is, kind of thing. But no, that was a good scene. I really liked Ignis's dialogue there, and like his the line where he said, if I can't keep up, I will bow out. Like you said it with such like certainty. It's good.
Tenebrai?
Might as well hop off.
If it helps him move on.
I'm also kind of like back and forth as to whether or not Ignis is blind or just can barely see. Because if he could just barely see, then it would make sense. But like a lot of times something happens and he's like, what is it? Tell me what's going on. I can't see what's going on. So it's like, is he fully blind? I wish it was more clear. I don't know. That's a pretty good question, actually. If you lose one of your core senses, how long does it take for your other core senses to heighten? I would imagine a very long time. I would imagine most people that have a extremely heightened sense of like smell and hearing, like those are people that were born with outsight or born without hearing or whatever. But I don't know. I honestly don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea how long it takes. I mean, if I had to guess, I would imagine years, more than a year, but I don't know. Interesting question. It's probably different for different people as well.
In that case,
So
hop aboard. We'll be leaving shortly.
We're here for you.
Yeah. Let us help you. And we're off!
Are we clear?
Crystal.
Hey, watch your step.
You're not pushing onward?
Not at his expense.
Fair enough.
Yo, thanks for the raid subs, by the way. Appreciate you, man. And Lighthawk, if I forgot, thank you very much for your sub. Your 23 months. Thank you. Oh, that was kind of tilted. I was like, why is he standing like that? Wow, chapter 10 was short. Hey, how's it going, soldier? Good to see you, man.
Feels good to ride the rails.
Sure does.
Eager to drive once we're in Gralia?
If they'll let me.
We're fortunate to have the regalia at all. We owe the First Secretary our thanks.
She'd get more thanks if she gave us a discount.
Those transceivers are top-notch. I recall when the Hydrian raged. In the midst of the Empire's retreat, one conspicuous craft remained behind. The Chancellor's. The last thing I remember seeing was his ship, heading for the altar. I fell unconscious and was powerless to stop him.
I'm just glad you're alive.
Oh, is someone else there?
Gladio. He just came back. Where did he go anyway?
On a brief reconnaissance. Something caught my ear.
Hey, Captain. Mission complete.
Splendid.
So what caught your ear?
Rumors of longer nights.
They've been growing longer day by day.
There was talk of it back in Lucis, but recent days have shown an unseasonably sharp change.
How many days has it been?
Should this trend continue, before long...
There won't be daylight.
Well, it's not out of the question. The Empire's already slain half of the Six. No wonder the whole world's in disarray.
I guess.
And longer nights mean more demons.
Seen that with our own eyes.
I happened to overhear a fellow passenger discussing this very same phenomenon.
So he sent yours truly to seek him out.
Nice police work.
Well, don't want to keep him waiting.
No, we don't. Back in a moment.
Sure.
Let's go in Fennekins.
Whoa! Oh, there you are, buddy. Did you see this? Oh, it's unreal.
Yeah. Never seen anything like it. Doesn't make any sense.
Where'd Prompto go?
What's going on?
It's a real mystery. I'm not liking that snow cloud. Kind of gives me the chills. Like, who comes up with this stuff? I couldn't dream something like this if I tried. It's a wondrous world.
Where did Prompto go?
The hell are you doing here?
What's going on? Easy there, buddy. Oh, didn't see that coming. You all right? Shut up! Be careful there! Wait, is this for real? What? Oh!
What?
Show yourself!
Knocked.
That son of a bitch.
Hee hee. Funny Looney Tunes moment.
Come on, Knocked. You're scaring me. Seriously, man. Cut it out. It's not safe. Plus, you're causing a scene. Quit playing around, okay? You think this is funny? Dude, are you seriously trying to kill me?
Why wouldn't I? I've got you now.
Did I not just like take that guy's head off?
What are you after, following me around this whole time? It's all your fault!
What are you talking about? Do you really mean that, Knocked?
But that's a weird way to word that. It's all your fault. You know, that's not something you say to someone that murders somebody.
Of course I do! You can't talk your way out of this.
You won't even let me. Knocked, please, can't we talk for a sec?
Never.
Take this with a grain of salt, because this might be on purpose, but I feel like this would work better if, like, he didn't stab her. Like, if something happened and it seemed like it was his fault, but we weren't really sure, but, like, he stabbed her, how could it not be his fault? Like, what? Why is this even, like, a question that we have to, like, think about? But this might be on purpose to, like, confuse us.
Knocked. Are you okay?
No. Where's Arden?
Wait, he's here? If he is, that would explain all this weird stuff.
Is this Final Fantasy 13?
I bet he's behind the train stopping. Ignis and Gladio went up to inspect the engine room. I say the two of us go check out the rear.
Yeah.
Straight up Final Fantasy 13 song.
What the heck was that?
I feel like, well, yeah, we could save here. I didn't want to stop like in the middle of a scene, but it's kind of scene after scene after scene at this point. And this is the start of the new chapter, so this is probably a good place to stop. If I can even save. I can't even save. Oh, we're going then. You got a choice. Yeah, the song is a jam.
Did they bomb us? Not! We have to protect the people!
There ain't no getting off of this train, apparently.
So much for a safe ride.
With that guy.
More of them might be on board. Let's check the rear.
We need to get the train. Again.
I'm sure Ignis and Gladio will come up with something.
I hope so. Let's go.
How bad do you think it is? destruct.
We can't let them inside.
Well then, we take the fight to them. That thing's
Really didn't have to tell me that, but okay.
company.
The giant bar at the top that says train gave me that information.
What are the odds we'll win? He's back on his feet.
May not take it as a health bar. It was a full health bar and then the train got shot and then the health bar went down. It's pretty obvious, in my opinion.
He's ready for round 2.
I thought that's why they did that. That's why they started it partly damaged. So they could show you like, hey, this is a health bar.
All in bullet time, baby.
Like, they did the work required to not have to give you a tutorial, and then they gave you one anyways. That's the annoying part. Like, they show a full bar, and then it blows up, and then the bar starts to go down. So that they did the thing required. I almost feel like that's a very good, like, it's probably a developer versus higher up thing, I bet. Where, like, the developer was like, let's have the bar appear early and be full, and then the wall gets blown out, and then the bar starts to go down. That way the player understands, hey, this is a health bar, and hey, we need to protect the train. And then some higher up walked in and was like, yeah, put a tutorial there. It's like, yeah, but I did the thing. People won't understand. Tutorial. You know. Whether or not that actually happened, I don't know, but sometimes you get that feeling that it's like somebody else came along and overwrote the work that a good developer actually did. I've heard of that happening many times in many different games. I don't know if this is an actual example of that, but it certainly feels like it.
Round 2. Let's get this show on the road already.
That happens a lot in the more casual games like Call of Duty and stuff.
Good news, Knox.
But I wouldn't be surprised if it happened here as well.
Ready to roll. Finally. He's back on his feet.
Yeah, I mean, in the end, it's not a big deal. It's one of my pet peeves, but like, I've gotten more used to tutorials over the years because they're just more common. But it is frustrating when they do the work to make it so you don't need a tutorial, and then they just do it anyways. And then it's like double annoying.
The big guns.
Stay back.
And now it's telling me a third time. If the train takes too much damage, it's game over.
Knox, hurry!
Like, what? Why?
Come on! We're leaving!
I mean, this is like the only mechanic this game has is the point warping, and yet it still has to tell me to do it.
Look! They're hot on our tail! They're gonna blow us to bits!
Not if we blow them up first.
How's that? Oh, well, there's an idea!
Hey, the train got healthy again. Why do you keep telling me this?
Every single one was a bomb.
If the train takes too much damage, it's game over.
head back down. And I'm spent.
Prompto! Oh! Oh! Whoa! How long were you in the dark?
That was really, I don't know what. There's like no sound effect when he hit him. It sounded odd. It's just silent clunk. That was the entirety of chapter 11. Holy cow. We're just zooming through the chapters now. It is kind of weird, like, doesn't feel like an open world game anymore. Feels like a regular game that I can time travel and go open world if I want, but it doesn't feel... But before it felt like, well, I don't know, was it even?
Damn it.
What's wrong?
Ignis, you've got to stop this thing. Prompto fell off the train. I pushed him. I mean, Arden made me. I don't know where he is, but we can't leave him.
Stay calm, Noct. I'm as concerned for Prompto as you are, but stopping the train would endanger everyone on board. We'd be sitting ducks for the demons.
What do we do?
First, we drop the passengers off at Tenebrae. We'll be arriving shortly.
What about Prompto?
Given the Chancellor's involvement, it's probable he's no longer where we left him. In any case, he may try to contact us. Let us wait and hope for now. Can you make your way here? Gladio's with me.
Are the two of you okay at least?
Yes.
Okay, on my way. I'll be there as soon as I take care of these stowaways.
Now we're getting some emotion out of Noctis for his friends. I like it.
And things just got worse.
Man, I'm never gonna get to save. I was gonna say, like, the open world doesn't feel properly implemented into the game. Like, it feels detached. Do you guys agree? Like, up until this point, it was more of just, here's the open world, and then whenever you're ready, just travel to the next city where stuff happens. The only time I can think about it truly being implemented was when we fought Titan. And we had to, like, go to Titan on the world map, and then... But, like, it's kind of just, there's an open world you can do stuff in, and then whenever you're ready to do more story, you just go to one of the corners of the map where there's a city where stuff happens. And now, it feels like the story's just going, and the open world isn't really a thing anymore. Like, yeah, we can time travel back to it, but, like, it doesn't feel properly implemented into the game where you're doing some story, and then there's an open world, and then doing some story, and then open world, and it all comes together nicely into a nice little... Like, instead, it's just kind of, we have an open world, so we can write that on the back of the box, and, you know, then the story is just kind of this separate outlier that's just... It's almost like the game's linear, but then has this open world you can explore, you know? If that makes sense? Like, it's tough for me to even say that this game is non-linear, because when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, it is linear. It just has this open world you can explore on the side, you know? It's weird. It doesn't feel properly entwined with the game, which doesn't automatically make it bad, but, you know, I'm trying to think of a good example that isn't Rebirth, because we're playing Rebirth right now, and it's a good example, but... what's another... Oh, like Ni no Kuni. Ni no Kuni's a good example of, like, the open world, which in that game is not really an open world, but more of a world map, but it's properly implemented into the game where different things are happening on the world map that are opening up, or, you know, like... you're traveling across the world to get the places, and there's different zones you travel through with different enemies and different things, and places on the world map open up and close, and things are like happening, and it feels like you're on this grand adventure. Here, the open world almost feels like a mini game. Yeah, it feels like go do some hunts or go fight some goblins and then go do the real game afterwards, you know? Oh, if you've never played Ni no Kuni, it's, I think, one of the best games ever. It's on my must-play list. I think it's like top 25 best RPGs ever, in my opinion. Incredible, incredible game. It's literally Studio Ghibli, the video game. It's really, really good. It has some flaws. That's why I hesitate to maybe even call it top 25, maybe more like top 50, but no, it's an incredible, incredible game. I find that some people just don't really like the combat in Ni no Kuni, so that if you don't like the combat, it can be a bit of a drag. It's a bit of a acquired taste, the combat. Some people love it. I liked it, but some people don't, so it's kind of a not for everyone kind of thing. But the game itself is incredible. The story, the music, especially the characters, you know, it's an incredible, incredible game. I just think that the combat isn't for everyone, so I hesitate to give it like a top 10 best game ever, but it's on my must play list. I think everyone should play it. If you're a fan of Studio Ghibli, if you're a fan of animation, you should definitely play it. And what blows my mind about it, sorry to go off a Ni no Kuni tangent, what blows my mind about it is that it's a PS3 game. When you play it, it does not look like a PS3 game. The remake or the remaster that they released barely looks better than the original. It only looks slightly better. It looked so incredible on PS3. It absolutely blows every other game out of the water. The only game that puts a candle up to it is Last of Us, but you can tell the love that was put into that game, and you can tell it was developed over like a million years, because it's so much better than it should be. Like, for being a smaller studio too, I mean, Level 5 isn't a small studio, but it's not freaking Naughty Dog. Like, it's a smaller studio than one of the big Sony studios, but man, it's crazy. It's crazy how good that game looks and sounds, and it performs incredibly well too. It's, yeah, nuts. But if you're looking to play it, you could probably just play the remaster instead of having to break out a PS3. But to get the true experience, you should see it on a PS3 at least once, because it is wild looking at that game on a PS3. So how did they manage this? I'm trying to remember when we looked up the IGN top 100 RPGs, which was the most laughable list I've ever read. If Ni no Kuni was on it, I want to say it wasn't, but it might have been. But that list is nothing to go off of, so it doesn't really matter.
Where do they keep coming from?
If it was low on IGN's list, I would say that's actually a good thing. Because basically reverse their list, and that's what it should have been, so. Hello. Bro, did you read the same list I read? It was horrendous. Like, everything was hard. Not even just talking Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy. Pretty much every series had the wrong game as the top in terms of just general consensus. It was bad. It was very, very bad. Spoilers. Didn't we kill him? He threw down some tornadoes that hit nothing and then left? Question mark. Wait, was that supposed to be Leviathan saving us? Because I'm so confused. There was a shot of the goblins inside the train, and the tornadoes were outside the train. And it specifically showed a shot of the goblins inside the train not being affected by the tornadoes. And then he just left. And then the cutscene ended, and now we're, like, safe? Oh, I'm incredibly lost. What was that? Could they not have done, like, a 2-second shot of the goblins getting, like, sucked out the windows or something to show, like, the tornadoes took the goblins or something? Like, would that not have... I need to watch that again. Were they outside the train? I was like half faint because I was reading chat too. They were crawling on the outside. Okay. But it didn't show them getting like sucked in, did it? They got hit by one, but then I don't know. I guess whatever. If it showed them getting hit, then I guess we just imagine that the tornado took out all the goblins and didn't touch any of the people, and Leviathan saved us. I mean, I feel like that could have been... Okay, whatever. Fine.
Well, look who's here.
Use our imagination.
Haranea. Guess we've got you to thank for this mess.
More to it than meets the eye. You want to know who to thank? Come with me.
Can't wait to hear this.
Can I save now?
What did you do to your eyes?
Oh, just a flesh wound.
Can you see?
I'm afraid not.
Wow, that sucks. It's a cruel world.
That sucks. Anyways, I still can't save. I mean, it's still auto-saving, but I want an actual save. Sucks to suck. I mean, we could load the autosave, but I hate loading autosaves.
Wasn't there one more of you guys?
Yeah, there was.
We lost track of him.
Is he dead?
I don't know.
Then quit moping, keep hoping. And in the meantime, handle what's at hand.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
So if it's not you we thank...
Oh, thank the demons. Pawns of the Imperial Army.
The army that you fight for.
Fought for. My men and I are in the search and rescue business now.
You mentioned being part of the relief effort. We have a favor to ask.
Ask away.
In light of what you've told us, we can't allow the other passengers to continue on.
Sure, leave him to me. But who's gonna drive the train?
Ignis.
Now that you mention it, yeah. You know anyone?
I do. In fact, I know 2.
And here they are.
Your new engineers. Biggs and Wedge. No need to worry. They can take a licking.
Only if we have to. What's all this about?
Driving a train to Graulia.
That all.
Well, who would you have me ask?
You got us there.
We'll do it. Hey, really appreciate you going out of your way.
Yeah. No sweat.
Finally, I can save. In this one little moment between talking to 2 characters, I can randomly save. Makes sense. Alright. Man, what an eventful day today was. Tell you what, craziness. Definitely my favorite part of the game. Definitely. And like that scene with Noct and Luna was incredible. It almost feels bittersweet. Like I wish there could have been more. Like that scene alone makes me want the Final Fantasy 15 that never existed. You know what I mean? That scene makes me want the Final Fantasy 15 where they don't make a movie and they don't make mobile games, and instead they just focus all their efforts on this game. They let it cook for another year, get out of development hell, and actually make like a truly amazing Final Fantasy 13-esque game with tons of actual cutscenes and stuff, because man, I want to see the game that takes that scene and really runs with it, because that scene was incredible. And honestly, all the kid scenes are incredible, and it's a shame that's kind of how it feels at the moment, that the kid scenes got so much work put into them and then everything else feels just stunted. Like, so many times there's stuff going on and then it just skips to the next thing without really showing all of it. It just, the cracks of the game really show where it just feels like they ran out of time, ran out of budget, ran out of whatever. But regardless, still definitely a lot of great stuff today, especially in the potential department. You know, in the whole thing with Ignis and the whole thing with the falling out with the group. And sure, they didn't stick the landing perfectly, but there's still a lot of good stuff here. And, you know, playing through it a second time, you pick up even more little things that they did right. So I got to give it credit where it deserves it, you know. There's a lot that they did right here. And I think that a lot of, like, the frustration comes from everything that happened before this. If the game started here, I think I'd be more willing to look past its flaws, but because there was so much running around and doing nothing and kind of annoyances before this, it's easier to look at the negatives. But if you look past the negatives and just think about the positives, they really did do a lot right in this section. So, awesome time. Thank you guys so much for hanging. We're going to move on to Rebirth, but before we do that, we got to say goodbye to YouTube. So YouTube, thank you so much for watching. Let's play Final Fantasy 15 and Final Fantathon. We're getting close, man. Couple more weeks. Fantathon is going to reach its conclusion. It's incredible to think that we've come all this way and we're getting closer and closer to the end. I just want to thank you all so much for being here for the ride for all these years. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I will see you in the next episodes of Let's Play Final Fantasy 15. Peace.